Hello everyone, this is Abhijit. I welcome you again in this series of kinematics of flow problems. So today we are going to solve a few more problems on kinematics of flow. So here's the first problem for today. It says that a stream function in two-dimensional incompressible flow field is given as psi is equal to 3xy. What is asked is A. The velocity components are dash, and B. Flow is rotational, whether true or false. This is the first problem for today. In this problem, we know the psi function for this flow field, that is psi is equal to 3xy. This we know. Now, on account of the property of psi function, we know that the u and y components of velocity are equal to, we know that u is equal to minus of del psi by del y, and v is equal to del psi by del x. So this we know by the property of psi function. So if we just use this property, we would get u is equal to, we will differentiate this psi function with respect to y, we would get minus 3x, and similarly we will be differentiating this psi function with respect to x, we get 3y. So these are the components of velocity u and v. Therefore we can write the velocity vector as v is equal to minus 3x into I as we know, it is given that it is a two-dimensional flow and it has components in x and y directions. So rotation about z-axis is given by the formula. We know rotation about z-axis omega dot z is equal to 1 by 2 in bracket so that is u is equal to minus 3x and v is equal to 3y, and flow is rotational, that is a false statement. The flow is irrotational. The second problem is now visible. It states that for a three-dimensional velocity field, x and y components of velocity are given by u is equal to x plus y plus z and v is equal to minus in bracket xy plus yz plus zx. The expression for z component of velocity if the flow is incompressible is dash. So this is the problem. Now in this problem we are given that the flow is three-dimensional. So this one information we have, that flow is three-dimensional. So if the flow is three-dimensional, it will have velocities in all the three dimensions. So it will have velocity components along x-axis, it will have velocity components along y-axis, and as well as the z-axis. Out of that, we know the components of velocities in x and y directions. Those are u is equal to x plus y plus z, and v is equal to minus of xy plus yz plus zx. This is given. We have to find out the expression for the z component of velocity, that is the w. Now one more information is given to us, that the flow is incompressible. Now for an incompressible three-dimensional flow, the expression for continuity equation is del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z is equal to 0. This is the expression for continuity equation for incompressible flow in three dimensions. Now in this equation only w is the unknown, so we can try to find out using the u and v expressions. Therefore now we have del u by del x, that would be differentiating u with respect to x, we would get 1, and differentiating v with respect to y, we would get del v by del y is equal to minus x and then minus z. So this is the partial derivatives of u and v with respect to x and y. So we will put these values in this continuity equation, and what we might get we will see. So it is 1 minus x minus z plus del w by del z is equal to 0. Therefore del w by del z is equal to x plus z minus 1. So taking z on one side, we get del w is equal to x plus z minus 1 into del z. So integrating this equation we would get w is equal to integral of x plus z minus 1 with respect to z. Therefore this integration would yield w is equal to, integrating x with respect to z would give us xz, then plus z would give us z square by 2, then minus 1 is a constant, so we would get minus z, and plus function of x and y. As w is a function of x, y, z and we are differentiating with z, there would be one function which will have x and y. So this is the expression for flow with velocity vector v is equal to xy plus 2y plus z into I plus 4 minus y into j is Basically in this problem we have to find out whether the flow is compressible or incompressible as well as rotational or irrotational. So we have to check two cases. For that purpose the data available with us is the velocity vector. The velocity vector is given as v is equal to or incompressible. Now if the flow is incompressible then it should satisfy the continuity equation for incompressible flows in two dimensions. So that equation is now if the flow is actually incompressible then it should satisfy this equation. So let us see whether it satisfies or not. So del u by del x is so if we put the values in this equation we get 1 minus 1 that is equal to 0. Therefore the flow satisfies this equation and hence the flow should be incompressible. Therefore flow is incompressible. Now secondly we will see whether the flow is rotational or irrotational. Now for that purpose we will find out the value of rotation about z axis as the flow is taking place in the xy plane. We will find out the rotation about z axis. So rotation about z axis is given as omega dot z is equal to half of del v by del x minus del u by del y. This is the expression for rotation about z axis. Now here if we put the values then we have half. Now del v by del x would be del v by del x. If we differentiate this v with respect to x we would get 0 minus, and del u by del y would be 2, so it is 2, so we are getting minus 1. Therefore the value of rotation about z axis is not equal to 0 and therefore the flow is rotational. In this way we have found out whether the flow is compressible or not and rotational or not. So as per our analysis we have understood that the flow is incompressible as well as the flow is rotational. So the answer is incompressible and rotational. So D is the right answer. The fourth problem is visible to us now. Check whether the following sets of velocity profiles represent a possible case of incompressible flow. First set is u is equal to 3xy, v is equal to x cube minus xy cube. Second set is u is equal to 2x square minus xy plus z square, v is equal to x square minus 4xy plus y square, w is equal to 2xy minus yz plus y square. In this problem, we want to find out whether this velocity components represents a possible case of incompressible flow or not. So first we will find out the first set. Now for the first set, velocity components are given in x and y direction, so u and v are given. It means that the flow is a two-dimensional flow, and we know that for a two-dimensional incompressible flow, the continuity equation is given by del u by del x plus del v by del y is equal to 0. If the flow is incompressible and two-dimensional, then it should satisfy this equation. So we will do the same thing. We will see whether this components are satisfying this equation or not. So in this case, del u by del x is equal to, here del u by del x is equal to, differentiating this u with respect to x, we would get 3y, and del v by del y, differentiating this v with respect to y, we would get minus 3xy square. So putting this values in this equation, we would get, therefore 3y minus 3xy square, and that definitely is not equal to 0, and therefore set the velocity components of first set do not represent a possible case of incompressible flow. So I will put a cross here. These do not represent possible case. So we will find out the second set now. Velocity components are given in x, y and z directions, all the three directions. Therefore the flow is a three-dimensional flow, and we know that the continuity equation for a three-dimensional incompressible flow is of the form del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z is equal to del u by del x is equal to, differentiating this u with respect to x, we get 4x minus y with respect to y, we get v with respect to y, we get minus 4x plus 2y, and then del w by del z is minus y, that is equal to, so 4x and 4x will get cancelled, and 2y minus 2y will get cancelled, so that is equal to 0. Therefore, function is given y is 5 x square minus y square. Now, as per the property of the velocity potential function phi, we know that u is equal to minus del phi by del x, v is equal to minus del phi by del y, whereas w is equal to minus del phi by del z. This is the property of the velocity potential function. We will use the same property to find the velocities at the point 4, 5. Let's find out the u and v velocities. Therefore, u is equal to minus del phi by del x. So differentiating this phi with respect to x, we would get minus 10x. Also, v is differentiating phi with respect to y, we would get y and w as 0. It means that this flow is a two-dimensional flow. Now at point 4, 5, u will be equal to minus 10, x is 4, so it is minus 40 units, and v is equal to 10y, that is 10 into 5, so it is 50 units. Therefore, these are the velocity components u and v at point 4, 5. You can write the velocity vector in this form. Generalized velocity vector you can write for this flow as minus 10x I plus 10y into j. Also, you can write the magnitude of the velocity vector v at point 4, 5 as under root of u square plus v square, that is equal to under root of minus 40 square plus 50 square, that is equal to 64.03 units. So in this way we can find the velocity components at a point using the phi function, that is the velocity potential. The sixth numerical is as follows. A stream function is given by psi is equal to 5x minus 6y. Calculate the velocity components and also the magnitude and direction of the resultant velocity at any point. In this problem, this is also a fairly straightforward problem where we know the psi function. So psi function is, or stream function or psi function, that is 5x minus 6y. Now by the property of psi function we know that u is equal to minus del psi by del y and v is equal to simply del psi by del x. So this is the property of psi function. We will use it to find u and v. Therefore u would be equal to minus del psi by del y is minus 6, so that would be minus 6, so it's equal to 6, and v is equal to del psi by del x, that is 5. Now these are the components of velocities. Now it is also asked that what is the resultant velocity, what is the magnitude and direction of the resultant velocity at any point. So that also we can find out. So here u is equal to 6 and v is equal to 5, that means it's a uniform flow everywhere. The velocity is constant, it's a steady uniform flow, it is constant with respect to space and time both. So you can find out the velocity as, and you can also write the velocity vector as v is equal to 6i plus 5j. This is the velocity vector of this particular flow field. The resultant velocity is v is equal to under root of u square plus v square, that is equal to under root of 6 square plus 5 square, that comes out to be it is as follows. The velocity field in a fluid flow is given by vector v is equal to y cube by 3 plus 2x minus x square y into I plus xy square minus 2y minus x cube by 3 into j. Check whether the flow is a. Part 1 incompressible or compressible. Part 2, rotational or irrotational. And B, if the flow is incompressible, find an expression for stream function. So this is a problem. We have to find out so many things, and what we are given is only the velocity vector field. So from that you can find out what is the velocity component u. U is y cube by 3 plus 2x minus x square y, and v is xy square minus 2y minus x cube by 3. So these are the velocity components in x and y directions. Now first we will find out whether the flow is compressible or not. So if the flow is incompressible, then it should satisfy the continuity equation for incompressible flows, and that continuity equation for incompressible flows in two dimension is del u by del x plus del v by del y is equal to 0. Here we have del u by del x is equal to, differentiating u with respect to x, we would get it is 2 minus 2xy and del v by del y, if we differentiate this v with respect to y, we would get 2xy minus 2. So if we put this values in this equation, we get therefore 2 minus 2xy plus 2xy minus 2, that is equal to 0. Therefore continuity equation is satisfied. Hence the flow is an incompressible flow, as it satisfies the continuity equation for incompressible flows. Now we will go to the next part. I will just erase this. Now we will try to find out or solve the second part of the problem. Firstly, we found out that flow is incompressible. I will just tick mark here. Now we will find out whether flow is rotational or irrotational. So we can find this out by finding the value of rotation. Now the flow is taking place in xy field because it's a two-dimensional flow, and velocity components in x and y directions are present, that is u and v. So the flow is taking place in xy direction. So we will find out the rotation about an orthogonal axis. So rotation about z axis, it is given by 1 by 2 del v by del x minus del u by del y. So here we have del v by del x is equal to, we will differentiate this v, this is v, and we will differentiate with respect to x, we would get y square minus then again del u by del y we will differentiate this u with respect to y, we would get y square in this way we can find out whether flow is rotational or not, right? So now we will go to the next part of the problem, which says that if the flow is incompressible, find an expression for stream function. We have already found out that flow is incompressible, so now we should find out the value of stream function psi. So I will erase this now and try to find the value of stream function. Let's erase this completely. This we know. So we will get, if we use this this property of the stream function, we would get two equations and we would compare the two equations and get the final expression for stream function psi. So let's do that. First I will use v is equal to minus del psi by del y. U is equal to minus del psi by del y. So u here in this case is, we have y cube by 3 plus twice x minus x square y is equal to minus del psi by del y. Therefore I can separate this out and write down minus del psi is equal to y cube by 3 plus 2x minus x square y into del y. So integrating both sides and multiplying by this negative sign -1 both sides, we get psi is equal to minus integral of y cube by 3 plus twice x minus x square y into dy. Therefore we get psi, finally we get psi is equal to integral of y cube is y raised to 4 by 4, so we get, and multiplying it by -1, so we get minus y to the power 4 by 4 3s are 12, then minus 2x is constant and integral of 1 would be y, again minus this third term would get plus, so plus x square, then y will become y square by 2, and finally we are differentiating with integrating with respect to x, so there would be some function in terms of x. So this is your expression for this is your first equation for psi, that is, I will write it here, write this expression here, psi is equal to minus y to the power 4 by 12 minus 2xy plus x square y square by 2 plus f of x. So this is your equation number 1. I'll just put this equation. Now we will try to find out the another expression for psi, and then finally we will get the expression for psi. I will erase this one again. Now I will use the second property, that is v is equal to del psi by del x. We will use this property to find out the second equation for psi. So v is equal to del psi by del x, therefore del psi by del x is equal to v is nothing but x y square minus twice y minus x cube by 3. Now separating these terms, we get del psi. We will take psi on one side, everything else on the other side. We have xy square minus twice y minus x cube by 3 into del x. Now integrating both sides, we get psi is equal to integral of xy square minus twice y minus x cube by 3 into dx. Therefore psi is equal to integral of xy square with respect to x is nothing but x square y square by 2, then minus twice y is constant, so twice x y, then again minus x cube will come out to be x raised to 4 by 4 into 3 is 12 plus f of y, that is any function of y, and plus a constant, that is c. So this is the another equation for psi. Now if we compare both the equations, we will get the final expression for psi. That is, we'll write the final equation psi is equal to, now comparing this, we get, see here, see f of y is nothing but, if we compare both the equations, we get f of y in this case is your minus y to the power 4 by 12. Similarly, f of x here is minus x to the power 4 by 12. So these are the functions of x and y, and these two terms, minus twice xy and x square y square by 2, are common. So we will write first the common terms, that are x square y square by 2 minus twice x y, then function of x and function of y, that is minus x to the power 4 by 12 minus y to the power 4 by 12, and plus a constant c, any constant c. So this is the final expression for this way we have found out whether this flow field is compressible or incompressible, then whether it is rotational or irrotational, and finally we found out an expression for the stream function or psi function using the property of stream functions. I hope that these problems are clear to you. I will come up with more solved examples soon. Thank you for watching this video.